Welcome to Therate. I'm Ashley,
And I'm Katie.
and we started recording we were planning on recording our song therapy episodes, and today happens to be Taylor's last Eras Tour concert, and we had a lot of feelings to process, apparently.
We absolutely did.
Yeah, so that wound up being like a 45-minute conversation, and we happened to record it. So this is a special episode of Therate that is completely unplanned and about our Eras Tour reflections as it has now ended when this releases.
So if you, dear listener, are also in your feelings about the end of the tour and want to feel a sense of camaraderie, I encourage you to listen because we're right there with you.
Absolutely. Well, enjoy. Yeah, sorry,
Sorry,
go
I
ahead.
talked over you. Tell me about this purple sweatshirt that you have.
I have a theme for today.
Oh,
So,
theme.
yes, I don't know how I can show you. This is a purple sweatshirt on the front, but on the back, can you see it?
Anti-hero. AUNTIE dash hero.
Yes, and then
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. I love it. I love it so much.
these were both gifts.
You've got a whole Swiftie theme going on. Midnight. And it's
Yeah,
purple, which is Taylor's favorite color. And isn't it yours as well, or like among your
it
favorite
is.
colors?
It is my favorite color. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So Jen, friend of the pod, made this for me because she made me an auntie with my three lovely nieces. And then this mug also was a gift from some friends. So I was like, "Oh, why not just embrace it?"
Yes, as you should. I love it. You look great.
Thank you.
I always like to wear my Taylor merch, so I've got the just like the Eras Tour graphic. But yes, it's always
I
fun to have a reason, a special reason to wear our Taylor merch.
absolutely agree. Um, how are you doing with today being the last day?
Mm, not good. Not good. It feels a little unreal to me, to be honest. Like I'm sitting here going, it's not going away forever, is it? Like there's also some denial going on for me.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's gonna hit me really hard when like next weekend there's not more like Eras Tour clips consuming my feed on social media. I think that's when it's gonna be like something's missing. This doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Um, how about for you?
Yeah. I I think every time there's a concert, I get excited to see at the very least what the surprise songs are. Like I try to keep
Mhm.
track, and then I've been playing that mastermind game a little bit just for fun, you know?
Nice.
And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I think it is going to be it's going to be hard adjusting to a
Hmm.
world in which we don't see Taylor every week, at least that we're planning
I
on.
exactly, exactly. And I have noticed within myself like a fear that I won't see her at all ever. Like she's gonna disappear again. like like you know what I'm referring to, like the lost years. Which they're not lost years, but there was a long stretch in which we did not see her make many public appearances.
Hmm.
And I'm curious what if you feel that way, if you're scared of that, or if you're like, that's in the past, this is a new era, like
I know. I go back and forth because I want her to be able to be a human and be able to rest and like enjoy life without being a performer. Um,
mm-hmm.
I think she writes in her songs about those lost years and is like, I think she writes about them with some regret. Um, and so I would be
Mm-hmm.
surprised if she disappears to the extent that she has in the past. Um,
Yeah.
and I think Travis and she seem to have a fun time out in public. Um,
Mhm.
so that gives me some hope that we'll at least still see that
Yeah.
she's alive.
Yeah. At least we have proof of life.
That's all I want.
That's all I want. Yeah, I'm with you. I feel like Travis has golden retriever energy, and so golden retrievers cannot be kept inside. Like, and I think she matches that, right? Like, I think that
Mhm.
she is definitely somebody who likes to get out and go and has learned. And I think she's like talked about this and like written about it too. But like, she is larger than life, and that comes with having to accommodate for how every public appearance is going to be a little bit of a circus.
Mhm.
I think that she's kind of made a level of peace with that, even though I don't think it'll ever truly be easy. But I think from that perspective, I'm like, I don't think we're going to have the lost years again, but I don't think we'll see her, obviously, not as much as we have for the past 2 years, which, like you said, I totally validate. She needs to have her own life.
Yeah. Yeah, I want her to have the life that she wants to have. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but I also like selfishly want to know where she is and what
Yes,
she's doing.
yes, yes, yes.
So
And
can we, oh, go
there will
ahead.
be, oh, go ahead.
You go.
I was just going to say, I think at very minimum, we know that she has 2 more albums to reclaim.
Hmm.
So there will be some level of promotion, which will involve some public, I think, uh, appearances that are going to promote those. So at least there's that. When those will happen, I am not going to clown. I have clowned before, found my nose squarely face down in the ground. So not going to go there, but she is going to come back for them. We know that.
Hmm.
What were you
Yeah.
going to say?
Excuse me. Well, on that note though, I'm interrupting myself. I think that I could see her continuing with there is no explanation, there is just reputation, which I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
please no. I want to hear your actual thoughts. But I also
Mm-hmm.
understand it. So the thing that I was going to say originally is I'm seeing a lot of posts about just like the collective grief that people are feeling that it's the last day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know if we should touch on that at all. Because I look, okay, this is very different in so many ways, and I'm not equating these things at all. But like if I think about like when we were originally quarantined for COVID, like
Mm-hmm.
so much of our lives were changed and so much of our um daily routines had changed and stuff like that. And there was like a definite collective grief that the world experienced during that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Mm-hmm.
like on a much smaller scale about something much less serious, we
Mm-hmm.
have like the Swiftie world that is, I mean, this is going to be a really big shift for all of us. At least if
Mm-hmm.
you're a Swiftie and you've been paying attention to the tour, which I don't know how you wouldn't if you are a Swiftie. Um, I just think like even if you didn't get to go, people have enjoyed being able to keep up with it. And um, I think there's going to be some sadness over the next couple of weeks. I think you're right, probably hitting next weekend, especially because we're used to not seeing
Mm-hmm.
about it as much during the week. But
Yeah. Yeah. I'm 100% right there with you. I think that, yeah, with all the caveats about what COVID represented and the differences between the two, I think you're speaking to the collective grief is what's in common. And I would absolutely agree with that because I do feel like I mean, well, and I don't think that. I mean, I know it. So many people, myself included, felt such a shared sense of community, and these concerts provided safety. emotionally, and just it was a celebration of all things girl, and it was just so fun. And I think it was very meaningful, and for a lot of people, healing. A lot of people have talked about recognizing how her music has been so impactful, and like feeling connected to their family, their daughters, their sons, anybody who's a fan more. And I think that it was pretty emotional in some ways, which I feel like to talk about a tour that way is pretty unique. I don't think most people would say like, oh, a tour was an emotional experience. Maybe a concert was an emotional experience, but like a 2 year long tour, that's pretty remarkable. I was reading an article this morning, like online, about how this tour like kind of changed the future of concerts. Like she's raised the bar to like a new standard. And I'm like, yeah, even if you're not a Swiftie, even if you're not going to sit here going like, oh, I'm going to really miss this, I think you're going to recognize that the concert experience has forever been marked and shaped by what she has brought forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's really incredible what she's accomplished. And I'm sure like her body needs a break, like her mind needs a break. Like I can't imagine what she's thinking now, the afternoon before her last concert. Like, okay, this is our last set of surprise songs. This is our last set of, X, Y, and Z, whatever she looks forward to during the concert.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure she and her team are feeling that grief too, but also probably excitement that they get to move forward from here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think there's a lot of things that you've had to put on pause for 2 years. You've had to work around this ginormous thing, and it'll be nice. I'm sure I know as wonderful as this tour has been for her and everybody else who's participated, there have got to be unglamorous, like difficult portions of it that are just a drag.
Yeah.
Like like the constant moving, like that is a
Hmm.
wearisome thing. Even if you're staying in nice accommodations, it's exhausting to pack up and leave and move with the same group of people too. Even with breaks, like they're, it's like I love y'all, but I could use a break from you. Like,
Hmm. Hmm.
so yeah, that I completely agree. Um, there has been chatter online that the mashup tonight will have to include the manuscript because that is such a, I mean, it would just fit so perfectly, right? Your face right now. Have you seen that same chatter, and what do you think about it?
No, I'm getting like teary-eyed when you say that. That makes a lot of sense because that song is about um like writing a story, kind of creating a story and having people act it out and then kind of giving it as a gift to the public. So that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. I I would not be surprised if there was some nod to the manuscript tonight. I think Taylor's so incredibly creative and clever. I'm sure I would
Hmm.
not be surprised if she like knew how she was going to end the tour like a year ago.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if she had that mapped out that long
Hmm.
ago, or even at the start. I mean, gosh. Um, but at the same time, it's because so many people are like guessing it. It makes me wonder, like, is she going to do something that we could so easily guess? Because usually she does things we don't see coming.
Oh,
But
yeah. Yeah, the two sides of being a Swiftie. Either we know exactly what's happening or we have no idea.
I feel like I often fall in the latter. Like I like think I do, and then I'm like destroyed because it's nothing like what I thought. But
Yeah, I
if
really
she plays
thought,
the manuscript,
oh,
oh, go
sorry,
ahead.
go ahead. You finish.
If she plays a manuscript, I will for sure be crying.
Oh, yeah.
I'm I'm gonna be a mess tonight no matter what. But like that song in particular, like oh. Also, some people think she might bring back Long Live because that's another song about saying goodbye, moving on, like celebrating what we've had together. And that would also like that song always makes me emotional, but like on the last one of the Eras tour, if that came back, I'd lose it. I'd
Yeah,
lose it hard.
yeah, I completely agree. That would be really special. There's so many things she could do because her catalog is so massive and she has like all of these amazing songs that I mean, I could see her bringing out something from debut as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like doing a mashup of like a debut song and then a TTPD song. I don't know what that mashup would be, but um just like a full
Mhm.
circle type of
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Are there any songs that you're kind of like, I mean, I'm hoping for like Long Live Manuscript. Are there any songs that you're kind of hoping for tonight?
Um I think I would like to see debut make an
Mhm.
appearance. I when the
Mhm.
tour started, I was feeling kind of sad that debut wasn't like an era, and
Yes.
I understand it, but I also that was one thing that I kind of wish was more part of
Yeah.
it. So for it to be
Yeah.
thrown into the surprise song set, I think would feel meaningful to me.
Mhm.
No
Yeah.
song in particular.
Fair. That's totally fair. I'm with you. I think that debut, I wish it had gotten more emphasis in the tour.
Mhm.
I mean, like if you're gonna do one song for Speak Now and like called, that's a pretty significant era in her life that she's only giving one song. I'm like, couldn't you do that for debut? Like
Mhm.
just one song from that era. Like we
Yeah.
we really love that era, Taylor.
Yeah, and I think going back to the nostalgia that you talked about, like for those of us who are fans who grew up with Taylor, like we're around the same age that she is and became fans when she started, like
Mhm.
I think that's at least for me, that's where a lot of the emotions came when I was attending the tour, like experiencing the last 2 years is like all of this stuff is so nostalgic for me because of all of the memories I have from listening to
Yeah.
those songs in my life. Um, like I think about there's 2 things that come to mind. Like one is like my dad and I set up his counseling office listening to Speak Now, and we would get Starbucks
Oh.
and like,
Oh.
that is such a precious memory to me. And then um with my husband, Red came out, like, around the beginning of our college career, and that was when we were, like, turning 22. So I remember on his 22nd
Mhm.
birthday, like, s
Mhm.
just screaming that song, and we went out to dinner to celebrate, and that was when we decided where we were gonna move when we got married. Like,
Wow.
it's just, like, there's, like, really
Yeah.
special things tied to these songs that it's like to relive that stuff with Taylor and like with the
Mhm.
community and there's so many like memories that just come up. So it's
Yeah.
nostalgic and it's sad to see it end. It's sad not to feel that nostalgia, you
Mhm.
know, on a
Yeah.
weekendly basis.
Yeah. A weekly basis. Good choice of words. Yes. Yeah, I absolutely agree. And I think that's something that I don't, if another artist has done this, then please tell me. Or if a listener hears this and thinks that there's another artist who's done this, then please speak up. But I don't think there's ever been an artist who has done a tour this long of all of their music, like their musical inventory before. Artists are always throughout their life going to play their greatest hits at all their concerts.
Mhm.
But to do what she did, that was really special because there were some eras that I did not like. This was my first concert of hers. So I've never been to the other eras concerts. So to get to experience a taste of each one of those eras that I didn't get to see before live was so special.
Mhm.
Um, and I think that for me kind of created a new nostalgia too of like, oh, I'm kind of making up for like what I didn't get before.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. I feel the same way. I think I talked about that when we talked about the Eras Tour review thing too. Not really review, but you know, reflection, I guess. Um, is like 1989 was such a cool tour from what I've seen, and I'm so jealous because I didn't
Yes,
go. And I mean, I don't think
yes,
I could have gone at that time in my life. And so it just like it was really cool, even though it's, however many songs it just is really cool to be able to kind of experience what
Mhm.
that tour was in some ways.
Yes. Absolutely agree. Absolutely. Yeah.
I have one more thought about the surprise songs tonight. I would not be mad if she did a mashup of You're Losing Me, So Long London, and All Too Well.
Oh. Oh.
I just want to sob. You look like you're physically feeling that.
I am. Oh, that song combination, we would be on the floor. None of us would be standing. I think we'd all be puddles.
Hmm.
Wow. Whoa. Yeah. That's that's an intense mashup. Taylor, if you ever listen to this, please know that I want an entire album of your mashup.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
I
you're on
feel the
board.
same way. Yes, I feel the same
Mhm.
way. I really do.
Mhm. I
Yeah.
want that so badly. And there's a part of me that thinks that she'll never do that because it's so unique to the tour. Like that feels like a you had to be there kind of a thing to like get this. But like, and I know I'm not the only Swiftie that feels that way. I've seen this online. Uh, that would just be phenomenal. Like I think she unlocked a new level of her music that we never knew existed in the mashups. Like that, and I know some people have got mixed feelings about that, and some people like just wanted like a whole song and they really liked a song and they didn't want it to be cut short to be blended with something else. But I think that her best mashups have been her stories that she's told through them and like yeah, put that on repeat. I don't think I'd listen to anything else for like a year.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I would love that. I think I agree. Like if you could have one mashup to go back to.
Oh, oh,
I know this is not our plan today, also. I just feel like we need to process together.
oh gosh. Uh I I it's hard for me it would be hard for me right now to sit and just name one off the top of my head to be honest. But my favorite mashups have been stories that she's told. So like what was it like haunted with like there was like haunted was crossed with something else. I forget what it was. Um maybe like Are We Out of the Woods Yet or something like that. But like the stories that she tells phenomenal. And I think the mashup that she did in London when Travis came on stage, like I forget what that was, but I remember that one like really grabbing my attention. Like she did one with LOML. I'm just gonna call it Lommel because that's how I say it in my head. So like she did one with Lommel, but like that one really got to me. So like those are some of her most like heartbreaking, sad ballads. And so I think any yeah, those kinds of mashups that just told really good stories are
Hmm.
what I'd want. How about for you? Anyone that sticks out in particular?
You're Losing Me, and How Did It End?
Yes.
I didn't have that answer when I asked you that question, but you answering gave me some time to think about it for myself too. So.
Good. That's such a yes. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I
Yeah.
remember when that one dropped and that was pretty devastating.
I love the devastation.
I do too. I think all Swifties do. Like
Yeah.
I think that if you really like are into the poetry of her music, then yeah, those those songs tell such stories.
Hmm.
Get us all up in our feels.
Hmm. Which is why I love her.
I wonder. what kind of mashups she would come up with if if she was doing mashups with the songs already on the set list. If she doesn't sing
Oh.
songs that are on the set list. So for example, imagine what a mashup with Tolerate It would be if it wasn't on the set list or hadn't been on the set list.
Ooh.
Or Antihero.
Yeah.
Like there are some
Ooh.
really excellent songs that are on the set list.
Are any coming to mind for you? Like any two songs that
Oh,
you would
like
mash up?
Enchanted. I think that would be a phenomenal, like a beautiful love song to, I don't know, Enchanted, The Alchemy.
Oh.
Like, wouldn't that be like a really sweet story?
Mm-hmm.
Um, or This Love and Enchanted.
Oh, yeah, that would
That
be
would be
good.
really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know she did perform this one as a mashup, or no, not as a mashup. She performed this song, but like Exile with Tolerate It,
Yeah, that would be really good.
or like Champagne Problems with Evermore. Like a whole world of possibilities with mashups opens up when you take songs from the set list.
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking anti-hero and but daddy, I love him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I'm feeling a
Um,
little rebellious today with my anti-hero garb, but like I'm thinking of
maybe.
like yeah, sassy
Mhm.
mashups.
Anti-hero with Who's Afraid of Little Old Me.
Yeah. Yeah, or
That
who's
would
afraid
be
of
that would,
little sorry, go ahead.
go ahead.
Who's afraid of little old me with like I did something bad.
Oh, fire. That would be so good. Wow. Yeah, that would be amazing. Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. I am I am sad that I did something bad that's not on the set list. I just I wanted that on the set list so badly.
Who
And
wouldn't want to scream that?
I thought it was going to be added in. I really did. Like I thought kind of like Long Live there would be like a series of like concerts where she would put that song on like kind of like it's to the same degree, like not as a piano or a guitar song, but like oh, I wanted that so badly.
Mm-hmm.
So badly.
Yeah.
So, are there any
Um,
clown theories? Oh, go ahead.
oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I'm surprised. I was convinced that she would be done with her re-recordings by the time the tour ended.
Yeah, me too.
So that was a surprise for me. But what were you gonna say?
Mhm. Um, honestly, it just flew out of my mind. That
You
went anywhere.
asked something about clowning.
Yeah,
Are there any clown theories? I think is what you said.
yeah. Can't remember what it was. Honestly, it'll probably come back to me in a minute. But
Okay.
oh, I know what it was. Her the filming that's happened in Vancouver and the stage filming that's happened in some prior concerts as well. I mean, there's actually been what maybe like 4 or 5 times that there has been filming on stage after the movie has come out. So I'm really curious what that footage is for. I have questions.
I also have questions. I want a documentary so bad, so bad. I love the Eras Tour movie and I appreciate that it exists. And I also want all of the Taylor content. I want to know what she was thinking during these shows. I want to know the actual like
Yeah,
intensity that she had to experience to like get
Yes.
changed. And like, you see some stuff
Yeah.
just from people filming and like catching her doing different things, but like I
Yeah.
want to know, I mean, if we look at
Yeah.
the song I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, like she herself as a human has been on a huge journey throughout this tour.
Oh, my word. Yeah.
I want to hear about it from her.
Yeah. I want interviews. I want interviews. I want interviews with
Yes.
like everybody from the person who is like managing the media, like the online social media presence.
Ooh.
I want the people who are running the lights, and like I want the truck drivers, I want the dancers, I want the musicians. Like I want interviews
Yes.
from literally everybody. I want
Yes.
it all. I really want it all. And I want to hear her talk about Vienna. I want her here to talk about Germany, and like when like
Yeah.
the hill was like covered. I want her to
Mm-hmm.
talk about what it was like to go to Nashville and sing there. I
Mm-hmm.
want to hear her talk about what it was like to perform at Arrowhead Stadium. Like I want to hear about Texas, and like when like the breakup when that like I
Finally
just
want to
want
know
to
what's
hear,
going on with Texas.
yes, like what happened in Texas, Taylor. I want to know these things, like as much as like
Mm-hmm.
obviously she's comfortable sharing, but like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I I want to hear interviews of that. And while I love the book, huge fan of the book, I
Did you get
want
it?
video footage. I have not bought the book. I have asked for it for Christmas.
Me
You're
too.
just hoping. Yeah, nice. Nice. I like I like literally was sent out like a picture of the book like at Target. It's like nobody could get confused. I'm like, I don't want these off published, but I want the Arizona. I
Yeah,
was so specific.
that's awesome. That's hilarious. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I interrupted you.
No,
You want the book.
that's
You
what I
love the book.
want. I want
Hmm.
the book. I love the book, but I want interviews.
I think that's a great idea. I didn't even think about like, I mean, she's got to have a huge crew that is like working on this. So like including some interviews from them. I would love to hear about how she and Travis came to the decision that he would go on stage. Like
Yes.
I know
Oh,
Travis has talked about it, but from her perspective, I want to hear because she's so intentional. Like that had to be such a big decision for her.
yes. 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 I want that. I absolutely want that. I yeah, I want that. I want her mom and dad to interview.
Hmm.
I want board meetings, like tell us about the meetings that like led up to this conceptual idea, because she kind of talks about how like are we really gonna like do all of your eras or whatever, and she was like, yeah, I am. Like I want like there's a story there. Like people pushed back on the idea that she would run a 3.5 hour show.
Hmm.
I want to know that story because that happened in boardrooms probably like years leading up to this. I want the details. No,
I
like
do
this
too.
is not there. There is no TMI about the tour that I don't want to know. Like it's all tell me immediately. That's what I want.
Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. I love that idea. So yeah, we'll see what that is. It's got to be something because there aren't just film crews there for nothing. So,
Yeah, yeah, and the aerial cameras too. Like, did you see that?
mhm.
Oh, so good.
Something I forgot to talk about when we talked about the Eras Tour experience was the delicate stage.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. It
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
so cool.
Mhm.
It
Mhm.
is so cool. And I forgot to talk about it and I regretted it. So I wanted to say it now.
Do you want to say anything really quick now?
Well,
I'm all
okay,
ears.
so good. She has like she jumps and then like what do you call them? Like the lightning bolts, or what do you think you would call
Yeah,
that?
like the lightning bolt cracks. Like
Yeah,
it kind of looks like a crack to me, like when the earth is splitting, like an earthquake.
yeah. So she has these different spots that she's like jumping on. And then it like
Yeah.
the lighting is like with it. So then it stays there. And then there's this crack after crack after crack. And the song is
Yeah.
delicate. So the stage is delicate. And then there's like
Yes.
that one moment where the whole stage is like boom, and then it's gone. And it's so
Yes.
cool. It's such a
Yes.
cool idea. I want to know who
It's
came up with
so
that.
cool.
I want the interview
Yes.
about that stage.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I didn't even know how
100%.
passionate I was about that until that moment. I was pointing at you.
I am here for the passion. I want all of it. Give me good passion. Give me, give me, give me. Like, and okay, I didn't realize this because I don't play chess, but like when the dancers are
Yes.
moving during mastermind and she says checkmate, they're literally in the position on the chessboard of a checkmate. Like, oh my word. And like the light up bracelets and how like all of them like coordinate with specific parts of the song. So like a snake moving through the audience. Like I just honestly, it's so phenomenal to think about because when you think about an event that is world class and as high caliber as the Eras Tour, with the kind of budget that you know she has, like it's rare to basically have a budget that's like whatever you want, we can make happen. Like
Right.
it, like that's the crazy thing of like the budget for this thing was insane. So pretty much nothing's off limits. Like if money can buy it, she had it. Like
Mhm.
how creative could you get in situations like that where that's the case? And she did. Like with that kind of resource, like it just became this like playground, right? Like the rover that like this like person is driving during like I want that person to be interviewed, and then I want to hear about the night that it broke, and like were they having a panic attack in the rover? Because I would be having a panic attack. I would be on the floor
Absolutely.
sobbing to Taylor after that, being like, "I'm so sorry."
Yeah. Or remember really early on in the tour when the stage didn't open up in time and
Yeah,
she yelled at whoever was there. And I think she was joking, but she like said some expletives that I'm not going to repeat. It's so loud. Just like I want to know, like, what if she just broke down every error?
every single error. Like her hair getting caught, like the mic pack when she had to like follow Paul Sidoti or Sidoti, like however you say his last name, to like get back on beat for Fearless. Like I
Yeah, or when she swallows bugs.
just like Taylor, how many bugs do you think you swallowed in this story? Like
Oh,
how often were you checking the weather, like hoping for a rain show?
yeah.
Like
These are all such good questions. I want to know.
yeah, and last thing, I still have a lot of curiosity about laundry.
Okay. Yes,
I
I've
like
thought about
I
this.
want I want to know how you did laundry on the store. How do you wash ball gowns? Because you know she's so sweaty. How
Do you think they get washed?
in 2 years? I should hope so. Maybe that's why there's so many gowns.
I mean,
I mean, okay, I know like we're gonna get cut off here in a second, but
yeah,
just this is a great conversation.
I totally agree. And it was one that was completely unplanned. So maybe we can like release it unedited or something just for
That would
fun.
be super fun.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay. Well, I'll see you in a couple minutes.
See you in a minute.